it must be Tuesday, because here I am with our weekly virtual newsletter, which I hope you find useful. I hope you're enjoying the sunshine and making most of the last bit of the summer before the autumn starts. And can you believe Year 1 to Year 6 have been back for just over a week, and reception started with us yesterday and nursery is starting later this week. And wow, I know it's been really hard, I know it's quite stressful and it's quite a worrying time, but just wow, the children have been amazing. The way they've adapted to the new routines and how they've come in and how they've been so settled has really, really surpassed our expectation. And their learning is really good, and you wouldn't believe they've had 6 months, or lots of them had 6 months off of school. We've had comments from children like, I feel happy, I'm so glad to see my friends, I couldn't wait to see my teacher, I feel comfortable and safe. I feel safe because we have all the rules and the systems in place. Everyone washes their hands. I was worried, but I realised now I didn't have anything to worry about. So all those things are things we've really tried to make sure the children feel okay. We know pick-ups and drop-offs are difficult, but we're hoping you're finding it easy and we're getting into a bit of a swing of things. It's never going to be perfect because it's new and it's not normal. I would like nothing more than it to be just back to normal, but it's not, and it's not going to be for a long time, I don't think, so we need to make the best of it. Thank you to you for believing in us, being patient with us and buying into what we're trying to achieve, and thank you for taking symptoms and illnesses so seriously and making sure we follow procedures. But just to go through a few bits with you, you only need to keep your child off if they are unwell and you wouldn't have normally sent them in. You also need to keep your child off if they have a new or continuous cough, a temperature, or a loss of taste or smell. If they have a runny nose or a snuffly nose, or they're feeling a bit run down, or a common cold, they can come to school. If you're not sure, do call, but please try and follow those expectations. You can call 111 or 119. If your child has any of the COVID symptoms, you need to book a test, she says. Having listened to the news this morning, I appreciate that's pretty tricky. And you have a 5-day window from the onset of the symptoms to book that, but you need to book it as soon as you can, because as soon as those results are through, and as long as it tests negative, then you can come back to school. I know a few parents have been worried that what would happen if a positive test was received. If a positive test was received, the class bubble would have to shut and the children in the bubble would isolate for 14 days. We would take all our advice from Public Health England to make sure we do everything right, and we would communicate with you as quickly as we possibly could. So please, 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 if your child comes home and says, somebody in my class has got coronavirus and you haven't heard it from us, it's not true. And I mean that in the nicest way. Anyway, on to some nicer things. We've been very busy getting back down to the curriculum. We've done our back together curriculum to bring the children back together, and we're working on that. We've seen some fabulous artwork. We've seen Mr Terry outside teaching drama. We've had dance classes going on outside, and everything as normal as we can possibly make it. So long may it continue. Moving forward, we'll be communicating with you your Meet the Teacher PowerPoints later this week, so you can actually find out a little bit more about this year and what's been going on. And I've also sent nearly to every year group what the children will be learning about this year. If bubbles do have to shut, home learning will kick back in. I'm sure you can't wait to get back onto Google Classroom. And home learning, as long as you can access it, will be sent out via Google Classroom from Thursday. Obviously, the children have still got reading, times tables, number bonds, spelling, all those things we normally practice as well. If you haven't got your logins to Reading Eggs, SumDog, or Google Classroom or Timetable Boxes, they will be coming out, but please do ask your teachers, especially if you're not sure how to log into Google Classroom. Today we'll be sending out, or in the next few days, we'll be sending out some guidelines of how to do that. On that note, have a good day, have a good week, and I just love being back. I love hearing the children, I love hearing them laughing, hearing them chattering, and seeing you all as well, and you smiling, and dropping them off and trusting us to look after them. Have a good day, Clockhouse family, and I'll see you very shortly. Bye!